I hope this book captures a moment like this, all right, which was so friggin' surreal that all I could do was bow down in humble submission to the divine providence of what I do for a living. Because this should never have happened, and yet it did. It meant nothing, except it also meant absolutely everything, all at the same time. All right, Rob Reiner is in Sleepless in Seattle. He's an actor, Rob Reiner. We scenes in it where we're at Pike's, at Pike Market. We had a scene in a coffee shop. And we know each other. Okay, so we got to know each other. We had kids that were the same age. So our families went to Disneyland for a day with the kids and jumped in the Land Cruiser, went down, and the kids get tired. The rule for Disneyland, 1 hour for every year in age they are. If they're 5, you stay for 5 hours. If they're 7, you stay for 7 hours. If they're 3, you stay for 3 hours. You get the hell out of Disneyland. So we were in the car, we got stuck in the most brutal Los Angeles traffic you can imagine, and it started at the 110. And if you know LA, the 110 is so far down the fucking 405. You can just see the next 3 hours stretching through. We are never going to get home. We're never going to get home. We are literally traveling at the pace of 20 feet per 3 minutes. That's all right, so we're in terrible traffic. Now, once you get around LAX, the airport, traffic becomes a little bit more heavy. And one of the things they had, that they still do, is flyaway buses. You park somewhere, you get on the bus, and it takes you to the airport, and it goes through the traffic, and you coming and going. So there was a flyaway bus, more or less in the lane right next to us for a very long time. Literally, sometimes we're ahead, sometimes we're behind, but this big flyaway bus is there. Now, this was before iPads, this was before iPhones. So in order to entertain people for hours on end, there were video monitors on the flyaway bus, one every 5 seats. And as we're going back and forth, I'm driving, Rob is in shotgun. And we're talking about everything under the sun, and we're next to this flyaway bus, and I just happen to look up, and I see on the movie that they're showing on the flyaway bus is Sleepless in Seattle. And I said, oh my God, they're showing Sleepless in Seattle on that bus. And Rob looks up and he starts laughing. And then he says, oh my God, our scene is coming up. The scene where we're sitting in the coffee shop talking about dating and tiramisu and stuff like that. We're going like that. And then we're watching it and it's like, oh my God, here it is. There we are. Our movie is playing on the screen in the flyaway bus on the 405 as we're coming back from Disneyland with the kids. And we had that moment where we were dead stop on the freeway. There we are, there's a flyaway bus, there's a screen, and there's a guy leaning up against the window. So I started leaning on the horn. And this guy, kind of hears us, and he just turns around and looks at us, looks around, and he sees us down there. And it's me and Rob going, this guy goes, does that mean anything?